No damage done. Yeah, a good throw was needed. Almost a perfect effort from Nizosi.
Yeah, no dandruff effort from Zosi. Got a slip in place. In fact, a leg slip in place. Oh, almost got a good result there. This leg slip was in for that top edge. This time it's a full leg dive. But Pretorius, tactically not a bad delivery at all. Got the desired response from the left-hander. Enough on it to get a 4.
Linda needs to adjust the line. He's getting enough turn, and to be able to be effective, he has to ball from outside the off stump. Yes, if he's worried about that slot sweep, there is a fielder present at deep mid-wicket. Not bad on that equation.
Pretorius. He's just calmed down a little in the field. South Africa had a 98-run opening start. Pakistan, they're featuring quite well in that regard. They're 76 without a wicket. Yeah, there's this left arm angle from Linder. Same thing by the left hander. 76 without a wicket. All of them wicketless. Some have been smarter than the others. The ball is definitely gripped and spun, so let's hope for South Africa. Come the middle phase of the innings that the ball may just do something extravagantly for them and give them results. Right now it's Pakistan all the way through Fakhr and Saim. Oh, nice delivery. Good start. Shape away from Fakhr's bat.
A bit of movement of the surface. It was a very good presentation of the scene. Last few overs have seen Pakistani batters getting the run rate jump up. He's closing in on 6 per over.
Of course, there's that figure-free moment. Download the app and relax like these gentlemen. Insurance you need on your fingertips, they say. In ODIs, Pakistan looking for a bit of stability at the opening slot. This is the 8th opening pair that they've tested in the last 21 games. Been a bit of a hit and miss.
Perennial problem for Pakistan.
Such an important position, the opening slot, because It gives you stability, hope, and then you can chase any score if you've got class at the top order. You feel comfortable with a running in opening pair. And all good teams do have that luxury or ability to find good opening pair. Yeah, he's good with that shot this time. It goes along the ground to the fielder.
So far, a decent over from Rizad Williams.
Drives through the offside. That helps him maintain the strike. 79 without a wicket after 14.
Excellent start from Pakistan. Reply now requiring another 185. Required rate just a hint over 5. They're ahead at the moment, Pakistan. Goalkeeper has found turn. Pakistan required a good opening stand. South Africa slightly ahead at the same time. There were 93 for no loss, but importantly for Pakistan, they haven't lost a wicket. Fakhar and Saim have played their shots. Held out periods of good bowling as well.
Altaf.
To break this partnership open.
I think first and foremost, from George Lindsay's perspective, is there an opportunity to change the angle, coming around the wicket straight in against the stumps. It's always a difficult angle to get an LBW unless it's really full. Particularly with the height that it's delivered. Angle that he is quite tall and high over his left ear, and naturally it's going to turn, because of the amount of turn, it's going to turn past the stumps. Is the ability to come around, try and pitch it onto off stump, and hopefully bring in the stumps as well, bringing in 3 modes of dismissals essentially.
That's been really hit hard. Belted down the ground. George Linder almost just gets out of the way, picks up 4 as Fakhar Zaman.
One thing about Fakhar Zaman, when he commits to come down the wicket, he doesn't hold back. And that's the key to trying to execute his full commitment. Even when he's not to the pitch, he still gives it a good kitchen sink. Good running. 7 runs off that over, 15 gone, 86 without loss.
Talking about his bowling action of how he comes right on top. So high bowling arm, the vertical, the release point. Because of that, he gets the amount of turn, but more importantly, the bounce that you associate with George Linder. Because he's over the top, he's also got the revs of the ball diagonal into slip, so it gets more turn and purchase, not square spin. South Africa will hope one of those knots can break in the wickets column. Firstly to break this partnership open, and then from there get a grip on the game. Spin will continue. Donovan Ferreira. Through the air, finger goes up as well. Maybe a slight discussion will happen whether it was sliding down, but on naked eye seems like it's been trapped in front. We will have a look. It's time to throw this upstairs to the TV umpire.
Okay. TV umpires a director. We have a play review for LBW. The original decision is out. I've checked the bowler's feet and it's a fair delivery. Can we go to front hand when ready, please? Can we go to all trays, please? Clear gap between bat and ball. No bat and ball. Let's go to ball tracking, please, and ready. Pitching outside off, impacts in line. When wickets hitting, Showcott, you can steal your original decision of out. Stand by.
3 reds, and the finger for confirmation will go up again. Pakistan lose the review and lose their first wicket. Saim Ayub, handy knock there of 39, walks back. Pakistan 87 for 1. Turn the volume up on your television screens. You will know why the crowd is roaring. They've come out in numbers, they've come out as a house full to watch Babar Azam, and he is out in the middle now, in at 3. He comes in because a quicker, straighter one traps Saim Ayub right in front. We thought maybe there was a chance, and 3 reds do the trick. They are out there in full house capacity. They've given Babar Azam the welcome that he always gets here in Pakistan. But more importantly, a job at hand. Pakistan require 177. And the home crowd will hope Babar Azam can continue with the form that he's found. 71 match-winning knock in that third and final T20 International in Lahore a few days ago. The JP we've seen from the surface throughout the course of the day as a new player comes in. It's not been that easy to score, so it just maybe allows a window of opportunity for South Africa to string together dot deliveries, and more often than not, one can bring two. Welcome back from the drinks break. Babar Azam out into the middle. Jonathan Ferreira picks up with the first wicket ahead of Pakistan opener Saim Ayub, and actually breaks were in the partnership as well. Umpire rightly so not happy with the batters having a chat at this point. Change in field. Mid-on falls back to long on. Glorious, impeccable timing from Babar Azam to get off the mark with a 4.
How many times have we seen this in international ODI cricket? Just leans beautifully into it, waits for it under his eyes, timing sublime. No need to overhit that from Babar Azam. Change of angle for Don Ferreira. Cut down the opportunity for him to free his arms through the offside. Also creates that opportunity to straighten onto the stumps. Oh. Healthy outside edge for Babar Azam. Comes back from the deuce. 16 gone, 93 for 1.
There's a change of the angle. What continues on with the arm. Genuine healthy outside edge. One right out of the middle of the bat, one off the edge. Pakistan 93 for 1. In 16 overs, Saim Ayub the wicket to fall. Go to the off spin of Donovan Ferreira for 39. Fakhar Zaman 37, been joined by Babar Azam.
Went to the cock, just politely telling George Linder just a little bit too slow in the air, a little bit quicker needed.
Smack that! What a strike from Fakhar Zaman. The Faisabad crowd have plenty to rejoice. Another 6 pings off the bat of Fakhar.
It doesn't matter that the fact that they've lost the wicket when the opportunity is presented, goes above the eye line and into the arc of Fakhar Zaman, and he's not going to ask too many questions. He only has answers against the left arm spinner of George Linder. All the way for a maximum. Change of angle now for George Linder.
We've been calling for this change of angle for a while now, JP. The better angle. With that single, Pakistan bring up their 100. And so far they've dealt with the pace that was thrown at them, the spin as well. More importantly, the rotated strike. Bad deliveries have been dispatched to the boundary. One slip and hit. This is good from South Africa. 2 men catching close in front of the bat either side as well. Pakistan's leading home appliance brand, the automatic washing machine by Super Asia. Get on their website as well. Good delivery. Now we're asking Fakhar to run through. Don't think there was a single there. 9 of the over, 102 for 1. Neck and neck, 102 for 1 Pakistan, 101 for 1 South Africa at this very similar point. South African spinners are just finding it tough to bowl an over without a boundary. Just feel every time a boundary is hit, the pressure just releases a little bit more. The asking rate under 5 now. 9 wickets in hand. Pakistan in front. The charge catches the call, catch has been taken. Beyond 14, takes the boundary catch. And a massive wicket in the context, 45 for Fakhar, but he has to go.
Well, a change in momentum here for the Proteas. Back-to-back wickets of the openers. Fakhar Zaman was certainly set. It's an option that he's found great success with thus far in the innings. But on that occasion, doesn't get the elation for the bowler in Ferreira. He gets his second. Fakhar Zaman, he goes from 45, Pakistan 102 for 2.
Mohammad Rizwan in at 4. Experience galore in terms of numbers. Healthy average as well. Over 2,700 runs. He's been out of international colours for a while. Last played the ODI format versus West Indies. Last time he played, he was also the ODI skipper.
The field was set up quite beautifully by Don Ferreira, a couple of dots. I always felt that Fakhar Zaman was never going to hold back in terms of trying to find a boundary option. Certainly found the middle of the battle rouge, but unfortunately the elevation wasn't there. Straight to Bjorn Fortuin, comfortable catch on the deep.
Excellent over. The wicket is well for Ferreira. 103 for 2. George Linder now to Mohammad Rizwan, bowling with the slip. Mohammad Rizwan very proactive on the crease. His initial 10 deliveries, the opposition always feels they're in with a chance. South Africa on the hunt for wickets. Important wicket that of Fakhar Zaman, and if they can pick up one more. Most experienced duo for Pakistan in the middle. Remember, last time Mohammad Rizwan played ODI cricket, he was the captain of the side. Captained in 20 ODI games, 9 wins, 11 losses. CBs against Australia, West Indies, New Zealand and South Africa. Had the Tri-Nation and the Champions Trophy earlier in the year as well in terms of his ODI experience.
You're sinking. You feel the pressure, the unknown. It's closing in. You try to stay strong, but the worries of the future
captains. So experience in terms of understanding the game of plenty. Change in field, 45 comes across to the offside. Excellent hand, excellent effort. Beyond 14 in very close. Acrobatic effort there.
Yeah, it's really trying to find this balance between attacking too much and also just dotting him up, allowing him to make the mistake. I think this is a great strategy currently by South Africa, stringing together a few dots. The pressure's on Pakistan now. Yeah, good over from George Linder, just the one. On a 4 for 2.
Pakistan in pursuit. Require another 160 off 31 overs. For South Africa, they've dismissed both openers. 2 of 9, the partnership between Rizwan and Babar. The last 5 overs, South Africa have just pegged the game back 25 for the 2 wickets. Beyond 14 into the attack. Targeting the stumps, pulling off that length, just have Rizwan in 2 minds. The pace is quick enough so he can't really jump out at the ball. He gets one to nip and turn from there. It's a figure-free moment. You can download the app. You have the insurance you need on your fingertips. Boundaries have dried up as well. 19 deliveries since the ball crossed the fence. What about the experience the 2 of them bring for Pakistan? Mohammad Rizwan and Babar, and have batted in these positions together for a very long time. Well, speaking about Rizwan's captaincy record, trapped in front. Is it in straight? Yes, it is. What a big wicket, and the cheer for the South African men. You can see the elation, and Babar Azam turns his back. Huge wicket for South Africa.
Yeah, King Bala has to depart. There's that man on your screen, Leon Fontaine. He's renowned for wicket to wicket, not a massive turn off the ball. Hits the bird and just skids him beautifully. You could tell by the celebrations that they were very, very confident. Confirmation from his partner, getting wicket to wicket. South Africa on top. 3 down now for 105.
There's still a game on, people. And that game is that Pakistan require another 159. Where you see the crowd exiting the stage because Babar Azam has been picked up by the opposition. Now walks the T20 international skipper of Pakistan, Salman Ali Agha. Good numbers in this format. Off the mark. 20 overs done, Pakistan 106 for 3.
Bill Pattain into the attack because of two right-handers at the crease. Don Ferreira doing his job with the left-handers, and in comes the veteran of Bill Pattain. Well, why not? It's been a struggle to break the partnership up front, but since then, in the last 30 deliveries, they've managed to get 3 wickets for just 20 runs.
Top 3 dismissed for Pakistan. George Linder to continue. What the two men in the middle do possess in terms of attribute of their batting skills are being able to maneuver the ball. They will be very proactive. Both can play the sweep. Both are known to play spin very well. Salman Ali Agha and Mohammad Rizwan. This will be a period of game where the next 4-5 overs will be extremely important for either side. If South Africa can pick up one more wicket, or if Pakistan can just build a partnership and pull the momentum back in their favour. Mohammad Rizwan's numbers with the bat, he's been phenomenal for Pakistan. Since 2023, in the 41 innings, he averages 53. Highest for Pakistan in that time period. He's played this role plenty of time where he's had to just stick it in, play out the difficult period, build partnerships with that middle order. Spoke about the sweep, extremely effective and very good at it as well. Umpire signals runs, so Rizwan picks up one more.
Yeah, most times you find that the sweep is a premeditated option. But the beauty of Rizwan is he plays it to such great effect that he picks it up very quickly on the line and just helps it on its way down the leg side.
In conversation, Pakistan's Mohammad Rizwan, 53 that average. Highest runs for Pakistan in that time frame. Salman Ali Agha in there as well. A good captaincy record as well while Rizwan was captain. Had good numbers with the bat even during that period. This field momentum now shifting towards South Africa. 21 down, 1-1-2 for 3.
Protest making it very interesting now. 112 for the loss of 3 Pakistan. Feeling the pinch and a little bit of stress here. 152 to get in 29 overs with Babar gone. It now rests heavily on this pair.
Yeah, and you certainly feel that this is going to be the big threat for Pakistan. Bjorn Fortuin. He's a smart bowler. He's a wonderful change-up. But the one thing that he does all the time is he brings those modes of LBW bowled into play. Wonderful variation in pace. But he's to be able to control that zone, Ramis, it makes him so effective. I've seen a lot of him in the T20 format, Bjorn Fortuin, but I still feel he's got a wonderful control that makes him effective across all formats.
Yes, so far is attack the stumps, which is not a bad thing to do on a surface like this. Some will jump at you, some will spin more, some will stay straight. There you see him attacking the stumps. Babar Azam in 2 minds and undone by a ball that skidded off the surface. Didn't bounce a lot, but great variation, change of pace. Oh, almost a cotton ball.
Yeah, I was actually surprised not to see him with a new ball because in the T20 format we've seen him, how effective he has been with that new ball.
याद है आखिरी बार मन से कब खाया, कितनी कैलोरी, कितना प्रोटीन। अब तो सबका हिसाब हो गया। ये खाना गणित कब से हो गया? तो छोड़ो ना, अब खाने में दिमाग नहीं लगाते हैं, मन को मन की पसंद का खिलाते हैं, खाना अच्छे तेल में बनाते हैं।
Only seems to alter his steps or his arm, just quick through the air at no prior notice to the batsman. Once again trying to work the ball against the spin. Great over, 113 for 3.
Yeah, fantastic skill by Bjorn Fortuin. A similar trend that unfolds here in the run chase, like we've seen in South Africa's innings as they try to set up a score. But off to a wonderful start. And then towards the left hand, just falling by the wayside. Pakistan need a third 151 of 28 overs.
Pakistan boxed in a corner. 3 wickets down for 113. Trial by spin. South Africa are bowling a lovely line here. Looking to attack. There's a slip in place as well. Rizwan is a clean sweeper of the ball. Let's see whether he opts for that option at this stage of the game. 9 A's of 15.
Yeah, I think he's a wonderful sweeper of the ball, but George Linder won't mind it. He's tall, he's going to extract an extra bit of bounce. So if he's willing to take it on, be my guest.
Losing his footing, but saving a 4.
And I just wonder, we spoke about a bit of dew expected here this evening. That's just a touch too full from George Linder. He absolutely adores that shot, he loves it. You can see he's just losing his footing as he's trying to race across the turf. Young Andre Pretorius.
Down the pass, this one has gone fine once again. It's Pretorius who dives, stops the ball. Salman Ali Agha wanting an impossible second run.
Yeah, he's quick across the turf, he's young, longer Pretorius. Just angling down the leg side. Smartly played. Just using the pace on offer, but excellent slide and up. Something that we've seen from the great John T. Rhodes back in the day. The ability to release the ball quickly and prevented Pakistan from gathering a second.
Last 5 overs and only 13 runs scored by Pakistan. Well, no dew. Tires look pretty dry. Oh, Spain played well in the end. Didn't go with hard hands, Rizwan.
Yeah, I think the one thing that George Sanders shouldn't forget is to slow his pace up every now and again as well. Has been a bit of purchase for the spinners. You almost want to invite Mohammad Rizwan to take the risk.
This time it's an easy single. The rebuilding phase in the middle of the innings can be very, very taxing. And you've got to read the situation, you've got to stop yourself from improvising. It's about taking deep breaths and how you take the pressure, how you read the situation, test your temperament, resolve. Shot making, that's beautifully played away for 4. What a shot that is. Wonderful piece of timing, picking the line early and hitting it square for 4. 120 for 3.
Yeah, it's the extension of the arms. Just the line outside off stump means he can hit it in front of square. No risk attached to that shot, with no fielder being back in the fence. Excellent execution of the hard sweep. And they've been thoroughly entertained. After 17 years, cricket returns to Faisalabad. I think we are in for an absolute blockbuster as we're heading towards the back end of this game.
That's the equation. 27 overs, 144 to get. And we know that this pair bats well together. They're a massive 260-run partnership against South Africa. In Karachi earlier this year only. Oh, that's the straighter one. Once again, guile and so beautifully bowled.
It's just that control. If you get one to turn, he beats your outside heads, and then he gets the one to go straight on with the arm. So he's challenging both sides of the bat, which is key.
Pakistan will have to deal with him for 10 overs, so it's not a T20I where he'll bowl a couple of overs, then he'll field deep somewhere and then come back for the last hurrah. This is good from South Africa, that they've got plenty of overs left for 10. His ability to hit the stumps, it's just mind-boggling control.
I suppose that's the beauty of this format. Like you've alluded to, can't just face 1 or 2 overs of a bowler and get off strike, or face the next bowler. It's about persisting and getting through that spell. Bjorn Fortuin, he's in the middle of an excellent spell in terms of control. As much experience as you have in Rizwan and Salman, there's a bit of a battle on their hands at this moment in time.
Nicely bowled. Another impressive over from the left armer. 1, 2, 3 for 3. South Africa opting for Bosch, 9 for 9 in his 2 overs. What could be the criteria here? What could be the strategy here to introduce pace at this stage for him?
Yeah, I think the mindset would be to have a bit of pressure ball from both ends. South African captain, you'd be looking at Corbin Bosch, who's been the most consistent bowler throughout the tour so far, to extract a little bit of pressure from that end. Whilst Fontaine was bowling an excellent spell, runs were leaking from the other end, so the mindset behind all of this would be a couple of tight overs that will create an opportunity. And he's gone to his premier bowler on this tour so far, in Corbin Bosch.
It's about hitting the hard length and keeping the ball within the stumps. Doesn't seem to have a lot of variation. He's kind of one-dimensional in that regard, but when on song, he'll deliver you with that option of hitting the hard length and keeping it straight.
I think the one element that he does possess in this format especially is he gets the ball to nip back at the stumps. For a long period of time, batters have been challenged in that department. They're so used to the ball going away from the bat where they can offer and free their hands. When the ball comes back, that's when your techniques get challenged a bit.
It's a very good start by him. Proteas needing a bit of calmness from his end. On target, on stumps. Two batsmen in conversation. It's about making sure that you don't lose your way. No need to rush things. Still plenty of time in a way. 25.3 to get 140. This is a critical partnership for Pakistan. Rizwan and Salman Ali Agha. There's a strong appeal. Is it off the pads? Proteas. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? Keeper doesn't seem to be that much interested in this.
Yeah, Quinton de Kock signaling straight away that it come off the pad. I'd like to say it's the awareness. The communication is so key. Understanding why Britsky has gone to his premier fast bowler. This one just angling down the leg side, yeah, perhaps just catching a clip of the pad on the way through. Quinton de Kock straight away, not interested. Yeah, just clipping a little clip on the way through to the keeper. Excellent from Quinton de Kock not to go for it.
Cut shot into the gap. Runs away from the fielder. Such a nice connection and a welcome relief for Salman Ali Agha. A little bit of width provided and made use of.
Yeah, for the first time in over, Corbin Bosch going away from the ploy of going into the stumps, creating a bit of width. Like we know, in this part of the world, batsmen will welcome at any given day when there's a bit of pace on the ball. And it generates so much hand speed through that ball. It's making the ball accelerate to the fence.
Has worked away, dive, victorious. Is it? Linda there doing a very good job of it. 1 to 9 for 3. .263. Will it be enough? Pakistan 1 to 9 for 3. 135 of 150 balls. Coach is desperately looking for another scalp here.
Yeah, I think it's important not to start getting greedy. From time to time, when you urgently need a wicket, you could go into the mode of trying to bowl wicket-taking deliveries. And in doing so, you offer up scoring opportunities. Game's a long way from over.
Oh, the angle delivery coming back. Umpire is being challenged. He says not out. Probably has made the right call.
Yeah, brilliant again from Fontaine. Just held it back a bit. South Africa in conversation on whether to send this up or not. Have they? Yes, they have. Just about in time. We'll have a little look, ladies and gentlemen.
TV umpire to director. We have a play review for LBW. The original decision is not out. I've checked the bowler's feet and it's a fair delivery. Can we go to front on, please, when ready? I'll just go back for you first, please. And then forward. Yeah, clear gap between bats and ball. Go to ball track and ready, please. Pitching in line, impact in line. When wickets missing, Shoycott, you can still your original decision of not out. Stand by.
Yes, it looked iffy, missing the stumps down the leg side, but to Salman's credit, what he did well was to be on the front foot. You got to be on the front foot most times against Fontaine because you can never tell of that slant that comes back and surprises you. And on a spinning track, that is such a lovely variation because you're usually playing for spin. So the one that straightens can get you into a lot of trouble. Oh, that's quick. And jumped. Ranjan Marugale there working away, making a report. I don't know whether he makes a report on commentators as well, Ranjan Marugale.
Well, for you and me, I hope he doesn't.
My under-19 partner, Ranjan Marugale. Uppish and away from the infielder. Salman Ali Agha seemed to struggle against Fontaine. Not entirely there. He usually is so strong against spin. What are the chances of a sweep shot here? There's him down the field for a run. So, interesting passage of play continues. 131 for 3. Azim is busy with quite a few useless stats. He's doing a fabulous job. Mr. Azim, well done. Even though you test us at times, but it's okay. We've gotten used to it now. Right, Bosch coming on to ball again. As he played into the gap. That's gone all the way for 4. Great piece of timing and placement. Rizwan wants them there.
Yeah, fantastic timing, but what impressed me most about the shot is the balance. Slanting down the leg side, but just look at that balance. He was in control of that shot all the way through, not looking to overhit it, using the pace on display. Fantastic. It appears that got right in front of square.
It's that in-between length where you can not be forward nor back. And Rizwan at times can be caught in that no man's land. Plays from the crease at times, especially to the ball that comes back into the stumps.
Yeah, I feel from a seamer's perspective, can perhaps a little bit on the shorter side. course, every now and again we have seen the ball squatting coming back into the stumps. So almost try and get the batsman to play with a horizontal bat. Paramount importance that you want to bring the top of that off stump into play.
That's it, phrase for the fielder. Fielding as a result becomes that much more important now. Right, time to visit the Tapalti Lounge area. Nation's favorite tea brand. It's about keeping that ball as dry as possible. A little bit of dew around, not a lot. There's a slow ball to Rizwan and a misfield now. It just upsets the rhythm of your team, such a misfield.
Yeah, it certainly does. This game is all about momentum, and whilst you have it on your side, you want to make sure you take care of little disciplines like that. I'll touch on a little point. Of course, South Africa has a lot of youngsters in this group that have sent over for the ODI series. And one key element that you want to take away from a tour like this is the learning aspect. There are a lot of senior players who have played for Pakistan. Excellent bouncer. So whilst you're learning, go across the opposition check. And you will ask questions. How do you play distance? One of those players whom I've learned from, a guy called Mohammad Asif. And everybody asks, where does the wobble seam come from? It comes from conversation with a bowler like Mohammad Asif. You still have to go out there, make it work, find out your way of doing it, but it's those little things that set you apart from become a great player in your own right.
Pakistani bowlers at this stage would have been looking for a bit of reverse. That's a wide one down the leg side. An area where some of the South African bowlers could learn a little bit. How to keep one side of the ball shiny, the other side as rough as possible, and what lines, what legs to bowl then when it's reversing.
That's exactly to my point. It's about having a conversation, understanding when the ball's going to reverse. Very often we've seen when the greats like Waka Yunus, when they got the ball to reverse, they just lowered their bowling arm. And that's also a bit of a skill, an art too, reversing that you can learn. It's the end of the boss over. So Pakistan 137 for 3. The bowling comes for South Africa, Pete Botha. He's a very structured guy. Very mechanical when it comes to bowlers. You want to make sure that you're fluent in your accent, at point of delivery, you've got a good balance, point of release. He's did his rounds on South African domestic circuit.
But it's an era of being unstructured. But especially here in our part of the world where natural ability and instincts are credited with a selection. And that has its own value, the unorthodoxy, being different. Ideally, you should be looking for that match, that marriage of unorthodoxy with a bit of structured course.
And that's the one thing I love about this part of the world. As much as I can give you control and all the rest of that, natural skill level, natural ability, that's something you can't teach. You can't teach a guy to bowl quick. That comes naturally. I don't know how you guys keep churning them out. But a wonderful, wonderful record of fast bowlers. Just keep coming out.
Oh, he's got to be sensible here, Rizwan. Curb his natural instincts to sweep the ball. South Africa would be exactly like this for the next few overs. Disciplined, wicket to wicket, and hoping for a follow wicket. Hope for the best. That is what they'll be reminding themselves. Let's keep on plugging away like that.
Yeah, this is going to be a test of temperament. Mohammad Rizwan is a player who loves to be aggressive, who loves to impose himself on the opposition bowler. This is an excellent piece of bowling by George Linder. Big question mark would be, can he keep his calm?
There's the big shot. Where's it gone? Into the gap. Took a lot of risk, Rizwan. That was enough for him.
Yeah, it certainly seems like your nerves can't hold up in the commentary box here, Ramiz. But that's the nature of the player. He's always going to look to take the positive route. Mohammad Rizwan is not going to be dominated by a bowler. It's very often where they get themselves into trouble by taking that element of risk at a crucial juncture of the game.
Hits it into the ground. There's a cry of anguish. He wanted more out of that shot, out of that length. None for 42 for Linder. If South Africa are to flavor success, he's got to have nice last 3 overs. There's the drive into the gap. That is a brilliant stroke. Freeing his arms and letting it go smoothly through the offside to the fence. Disappointing end to the over, I think.
Yeah, just over pitch on this occasion, but he got himself into a wonderful position. Over the top of it, hitting it into the ground. In the process, dissecting that fielders on the offside. 144 for 3 after 28.
Yeah, this innings of Pakistan is gaining momentum after that stutter of losing 3 wickets in a cluster. But these two are making the recovery, already featured in a partnership of 39. They need to eke out more. Fortin is regularly posing problems to both the batters out there in the middle. Exploiting the state of the pitch quite nicely.
Change of ends for beyond 14 as well. Bowling from the far end. Excellent figures tonight so far. Just the 8 runs in his 4.2 overs. Important wicket of Babar Azam. 120 of 130 now. The gap just starting to close in that difference for Pakistan. The first time Amir, the required rate has also just gone above the run rate that they are at.
Still not threatening. It's all about staying out there in the middle, keep on hitting the holes, keep on ticking the scoreboard. Yeah, he's really bowled well tonight. That's high in the air. Into the gap. Well earned boundary.
Now Corbin Bosch signals he's not sure. He might have just stepped outside the fence while the ball was in his hand before he could throw it back into the playing field. So we will have a look. Tall man, so his reach is good. One bounce, he does take the leap. Just feel he lands with the ball in his hand. Just there. Just there, just the way his steps had gathered, he could not do anything. Takes it back. He's already made contact with the ground outside the fence, so that'll be 4. Much needed 4 as well for Pakistan.
A dentist having such eyesight, amazing. Well spotted.
Oh, we ought to have good eyesight. Don't want to be plucking the wrong tooth out, Amir. Another good over. Is that boundary? 4 dots either side of that. Oh. He sweeps well. The sweeper also does a good job on the fence. Pretorius with the cleanup job. 29 overs done. 150 for 3.
And the ball has followed him. But he has done a good job out there in the middle. Saved plenty of runs for his side. Although he doesn't look athletic at all. But still, very decent in the field.
It's just how far the slide takes him. Yep, that should be 4. His right foot, once on impact with the ground, just makes contact with the advertising cushions just there. And he's still in contact with the ball. So it should add 2 more to Pakistan's tally. Means Pakistan 152 for 3. The young man disappointed. It was an excellent effort.
The change of fence for 410 hasn't worked. He was bowling efficiently from the pavilion end. Well, last over yielded quite a few runs for Pakistan.
Lizard Williams now back into the attack. It'll be interesting to see whether there are change-ups bowled in that middle phase and the ball does grip into the surface. Rizwan and Salman both as good as they are versus the spin, but they won't mind the ball coming onto the pad with pace on either. 48, the partnership between the two in the middle. With the two of them, the longer the stay out, the longer Pakistan will feel they are well in control. This is the way the field is set as well. The 2 men catching, extra cover and mid-wicket, both very straight.
And for that particular reason, take the pace off. That is the demand from the captain. And we have seen Naseem Shah prevailing with those slow deliveries. It won't be a bad idea to pursue it.
So far, all 3 deliveries with pace on. Also good ploy against Mohammad Rizwan, who does sometimes leave a gap between his bat and pad. More with hand-eye coordination, the slow one into the surface, the off-cutter in particular.
And you're absolutely right. He's sort of a batsman who doesn't try to get to the pitch of the ball. He likes to hit the ball on the up without any footwork. It might work. Worth a try. Stays busy, Rizwan.
Clips into the leg side, very fine, and 4 will also bring up the 50 partnership, 53 of 61 now. Salman Ali Agha, since he's come out into the middle, has provided a little bit of more positive attitude into this partnership.
Desperation is creeping in. And hence we have seen bowlers faltering now quite consistently. But a timely partnership between these two steadied the ship. And the runs came at a very good rate too.
It's a good over for Pakistan. 7 off it, 30 done, 159 for 3. Runs. This first ODI contest here in Faisalabad. 1 of 3, all 3 of them at this venue. Oh, how close is that? My goodness, almost drag it back onto the stumps.
Almost dragged it on. Almost.
A little bit of a contest brewing in the middle. Beyond 14 to Salman Ali Agha. 13 balls, only 3 runs. So he's found it extremely difficult, and that's exactly why he went for the reverse. Found himself in a huge mess with that also. Is that hit the pad first? Now the fielder in the inner ring caught napping with the appeal, and Salman Ali Agha will run through for true. Beyond 14, just checking if there was bat on that. If not, that was extremely close. Maybe just picked up 2 sounds. Well, after deliberation, we will send this upstairs. Let's have a look.
TV umpire to director. We have a clear review for LBW. The original decision is not out. I've checked the bowler's feet and it's a fair delivery. Can we go to front on when ready, please? Ball's close to the bat and the gloves there. Can we go to ultra edge when ready, please? Yeah, just go back and then play it through again, please. Yeah, and just play it through from there. Thank you. Yeah, there's no bat or glove involved. Go to ball tracking, ready please. Pitching outside off, impact in line, and wickets missing. Asif, you can still have your original decision of not out. Stand by. You're on screen.
Twice, 14 has urged the captain to go for the review. Both times disappointed.
There was no bat involved, and that was confirmed on ultra edge, but just with the angle. Remember, not a big turner of the ball beyond 14. That will mean a couple of leg buys. It was still 3 or 14. The little challenge between 14 and Salman Ali Agha.
Bruce, you must have noticed one thing. Salman Ali Agha probably had the best defensive technique out of all the batters in Pakistan. Now, of late, when he's looking to defend the ball, the arc of the bat is not correct. Not playing the ball with the full face of the bat. That's a concern. Oh, that one turned. Good delivery.
He came off and broke onto the scene in that Test series versus England, where him and Saud Shakil batted extremely well as the sun went down in Pindi a couple of years ago, and that came off good runs at the domestic circuit. We'll come back to that. 31 done, 162 for 3. Great opening standard of 87 for Pakistan. And a couple of wickets came in quick succession. Since then, a partnership is built. Quite nice for Pakistan in terms of 57 runs. Izzard Williams starts his first over with a change of pace. His previous over was all pace on. Captain for South Africa, Matthew Gretzky, will hope next wicket for Pakistan comes from somewhere. If they can break this partnership open,
He's not a confident batter at the moment defending the ball, Salman Ali Agha. And the suggestion is for Salman Ali Agha, he should have a look at the recording of this innings. I might identify a thing or two for him.
we're speaking about the previous over, how techniques change over time. You reckon he was very good with his defense when he first broke onto the scene? And turned down the numbers for a long time in this day cricket and the domestic format for Pakistan. Could that be down to the advent of T20 cricket and how the modern players now want to evolve, especially given the approach Pakistan T20 side has had of late?
Could be few reasons. Can be one of them. Another inside edge onto the pad. He does live dangerously. Mohammad Rizwan anyways.
Once again, you watch his footwork, so the stride on the front foot is not extravagant. He's never really looking to get to the pitch of the ball. It is more of his hands through the line of the ball. He's especially vulnerable to the ball that just darts back in. A few balls ago, big inside edge onto Mohammad Rizwan's pad. Just see where his foot just gets planted. You see, it's not a bent front knee.
And also the back knee. When both the legs are very alert, you're not very balanced as a batter. And you tend to push at the ball.
Another over goes by. 32 overs done. Pakistan 164 for 3. And time for a much required drinks break. Pakistan required 100 from 108 deliveries. They look in good shape at the moment. 59, the partnership between Mohammad Rizwan and Salman Ali Agha, that of 74 deliveries. The asking rate 5.5. Pakistan have kept up with that.
Yeah, both these specters are marching along relentlessly for Pakistan. Much needed partnership. And both handle the pace and spin quite well. Now there was a scare for Pakistan. And a couple of wickets fell back to back. And from there on, this partnership has augured well for Pakistan.
Partnerships always key. The first one was important to get a good start for Pakistan in this chase. And now for the fourth wicket as well. 59 off 74. Still no due Amir Sohail. There's plenty of conversation around that it does normally come in. That's what Shaheen Shah Afridi said at the toss, that one of the reasons was that due later on. So far, so good. Has picked up nicely. Went down early. Length pickup was good. He picks up 4 on the first delivery.
Yeah, he set himself for the sweep a bit too early for his own liking. The length was dragged back and he waited on the delivery and changed the stroke. Just a paddle sweep. Another boundary scored by Mohammad Rizwan.
He's extremely effective with the deliveries that are angling into his legs or the leg side, starting at middle stump. Trouble he has is when the deliveries are starting just outside the off stump and land within that off stump, middle stump line, where he leaves himself slightly vulnerable. The channel outside the off stump deliveries ending up in line with his pads is extremely effective. Like you said, sets himself early, can play the ball very fine all the way up into the long on area, so his range is quite elaborate onto the leg side.
Yeah, not many batters are comfortable sweeping the ball from that line. There's one exception, Mohammad Rizwan. Usually batters, they pick the ball from outside the off stump or outside the leg stump. And he spends a lot of time in the net sweeping the ball and takes that practice to the games. That's why that stroke comes off often than not. $169 for 3, Pakistan.
$191 for 3 for South Africa. Pakistan 169 for 3. There was that stage in the game where Pakistan just picked up a few wickets in that middle order for South Africa. At the moment, South Africa to deal with the partnership, which is good from Pakistan. The ball V runs as well in Pakistan's favour. 94 of 101. Pakistan still have Hassan Nawaz, Hussain Talab and Mohammad Nawaz, all who can bat.
Easy does it. And play full quarter of overs. Pakistan will get over the line. Izzard Williams hasn't been able to bring any impression on the batters. He's been dealt with adroitly by the Pakistani batters. Another inside edge on to the foot.
When you and I came on to commentary, there was a question around whether they will bowl the change of pace deliveries into the surface. Out of the 3 overs Izzard Williams has bowled in a second spell, I can only remember the one delivery that was off pace. Everything since has just been on pace. So maybe that is something that you can look from a tactical point of view. Change of pace into the surface, drawing both batters to maybe go for the pull shot. Done well to keep it down, because the spinners for South Africa have bowled 19 overs, 91 for 3, both wickets, 2 wickets to Frere, 1 for 14, going at 4.8 runs an over. George Linder hasn't picked up a wicket and has gone for a few runs as well, so that's where beg your pardon, Matthew Pretsky has given the ball back to the seamer. Only really just the 4 overs. Now he's got his head in his hands, because that is not the first time that has happened. The inside edge has found all sorts of body parts for Rizwan and Salman Ali Agha, not the stumps. Saw one chopped on into his own body. Salman Ali Agha earlier on, Rizwan plenty of times has dragged it back on his stumps, back onto his pads, beg your pardon. Banged! Absolutely crunched to the offside. Some way to end that over. 175 for 3.
They have finally decided that it's time to charge at the bowler. And did it comfortably.
The last over was almost a Mohammad Rizwan special in terms of, you see a few plays and misses, you see a few chopped on deliveries, you see him getting frustrated with himself, and you see him jump down the track and absolutely crunch one through the offside. Izzard Williams has just gone off the field.
Once again, change of fence for Fortin.
Just to remind you of the new ICC regulations as well, that onwards from the 34th over, only 1 ball will continue for the remaining 16. Up in the air, is that a chance? One running back, one running forward, falls right in the middle of the 2. Really feel Amir Salman Ali Agha knew exactly where the field was, and that's why he took him on.
Placed it quite nicely. Not deliberately though. He survives. That's important for Pakistan.
Asking politely, just failures too far down the track, outside the off stump as well.
Can't review it anymore. Exhausted both reviews, South Africans.
Well, a little while earlier, we got Azim Siddiqui, our stats guru, next to us, and Ramiz Raja referred that he keeps providing useless stats, which I agree with. A lot of the times it will make absolutely no sense, but this one for the Pakistan fans will make sense. This one once again might just fall in the middle, just away Zingaba Peter, who's coming for Lazard Williams. And quickly get that stat in, Amir, for the Pakistan's fans, all the way from Azim Siddiqui. Every time Mohammad Rizwan is in a chase and has remained not out, it's on 13 occasions that has happened. Pakistan have gone on to win 12 of those games. Never easy running back. Twice now in 2 overs. The sweep shot has just taken the top edge, once from Salman Ali Agha, once from Mohammad Rizwan. This is the guy, Azim Siddiqui. You can make up your mind whether you like him or not. End of the over. 181 for 3.
Yeah, Pakistan definitely ahead in this game. Are going after the job. Very workmanlike. Mixture of singles, doubles and boundaries.
Lungi Giri now to bowl. Been out of the action for a very long time. Bowled the first 4.
Why are you after our stats guy, Azim Siddiqui? I mean, I think not useless, maybe irrelevant at times.
Brilliant, Amir. That's 2 adjectives now. Useless and irrelevant. Keep them coming. We have Ramiz in next. He'll add on to that. Especially when the stats come in at 2 in the morning. Make absolutely no sense. Now, when you don't say his stats, he's almost relentless, like they're making absolutely no sense, but he's still on your case.
He's a thorough professional. There is no doubt about it. We're just pulling his leg. That's all.
Yep, we try and work as a team. A lot of the stuff that we say comes from a lot of other people who put the hard yards in the stats.
One suggestion, he has to get his timing right.
Well, Amir, that just seems to be an overall concern in our part of the world. Just to the left of your screen as well, Ramiz Raja, Zainab Abbas.
Just been handed over another stat.
Relevant? Not relevant?
Kind of.
ये जो तुम्हारा टॉर्चर है वो मेरा वार्म अप है। तुझसे बड़ा कमीना मैंने पहले कभी नहीं देखा।
The ship, as he's done on so many occasions for Pakistan, 78-run stand between the two. Lungi Ngidi, first delivery pace on, since then just taken the pace off. It's been the cutters into the surface. Again, slightly fuller but pace off.
Yeah, Rizwan is a kind of a player who can play the situation very well. He's got the ability to hold the helm when things are turbulent or the sea is choppy. Is the evidence that Pakistan in this game is in a very good position.
Just cuts him in half. That's the length he was looking for. Amir, we've been talking about Faisalabad and how international cricket has returned after 17 years. You've surely played on this ground. Any fond memories from back in your time?
There are many fond memories, but one memory I want to share with you. When Ramiz was captaining here, when he played as a captain his last game in a test match here, he bowled me about 60 or 70 overs in extreme heat, and I still hold it against him.
Well, we can find out why Ramiz Raja did so in a couple of deliveries. And I'll leave that question with JP Dumini to follow. 36 done, 184 for 3.
It's been Mohammad Rizwan show once again. He at times goes under the radar as a middle order architect. Averages in the 50s. Right, Azim? In the middle order? Less? Okay. Less than 50, but mighty consistent.
Well, I've been forced to ask the question, Ramiz. 51 overs for Amir Sohail in a test match here, is it? Your first comment was poor captaincy.
That's gone fine for runs. And I'm not going to elaborate on that. As they say, you learn from your mistakes. Now more at home playing spin. That's the advantage you carry if you're out there for any length of time. Salman Ali Agha, 33 or 43. But it's Rizwan who's carried the momentum forward, just a single away from a 50. Plays it away from the infield for a couple of runs, runs back. And I'm sure that he would absolutely love this knock. Raises his hands to the gallery, to the audience. Looked a lot more resolute, looked a lot more consistent with his strategy and game plan. More firm in his mannerisms, and I think at times it just become a little bit more stubborn. And there's a lot of stubbornness and there's a lot of smartness to go in this innings from Mohammad Rizwan.
Yeah, 17-50 in ODI cricket for Pakistan, and came at a critical time. Pakistan 105 for 3. losing back-to-back wickets.
That's the beauty. That really is a cracker of a ball. No one close to the bat to put pressure on Rizwan. He averages 48 in Pakistan in ODIs, Mohammad Rizwan. And as a clear-cut match winner, if you bat in the middle order and average at such a healthy strike and maintain that healthy average, you've got to be termed as a match winner. (191 for 3). A lot of people left when Babar Azam got out, but it's now about crossing the line. Pakistan 73 from 78 with wickets in hand. They've got to be the favourites to get this done.
Yeah, it's been a critical partnership. Rizwan Salman, 86 or 87 rather, 105 deliveries. I guess the one thing that stands in South Africa's favour, particularly in the subcontinent, things can happen quickly. And you certainly don't want to throw in the towel at this point. 72 of 77, a few dot balls, all of a sudden that run rate creeps up. A few wickets in there, all of a sudden you're back in the game. More importantly, how do you get that? Do you bring an extra field in to create a little bit more pressure?
It's been brilliant. He had to get a partnership rolling, then he had to look after his own skills, his own innings. Stopped himself from being instinctive and natural. It was for the team. It was for himself also. Wanted to prove a point. Got this innings back on track with a lovely 50. Bounces it off the surface and well collected by the deep fielder. He runs beautifully. Full length dive from Rizwan earns him a couple.
Yeah, ability to play all around the ground, particularly against the spin, which was probably the biggest threat in the middle phase.
So in a way it becomes the first Pakistani to score a 50 after a gap of 17 years here in Faisalabad. It's a kind of a record as well. You're right, JP. South Africa would want this equation to be run a ball, and then if they can have a strike or two, make it tough for Pakistan to get over the line. They're just struggling a little bit. 50 overs impact. Some of these young bowlers, young kids, haven't played a lot of ODI cricket. It can test you out completely like Test cricket.
Yeah, a little bit of cramp for Bjorn Fortuin by the looks of it. A really good spell. 9 overs, 1 for 35. At the important wicket of Babar Azam.
Obviously, he didn't like what he was offered. Making faces, not nice. What is it, pickle juice or something like that? Oh, a great spell. Both of them actually. Shaheen Shah Afridi, the last part of his bowling spell was so good to watch. It had everything. Yorker, bit of reverse, and a lot of intellect behind those last 3 or 4 overs. Ends with a dot, 195 for 3. .69 now of 72 balls. Approaches want things to happen quickly. In the meantime, it's Rizwan and Salman Ali Agha once again at it. They feature well as a pair in ODIs. Facing Pakistan in a very strong position in this chasing event. If you want to have an extra fielder in, JP, where will you have it from? So they've got a deep point and a deep square leg. They have 5 men in the ring. Bosch will be looking for some reverse at this stage. Remember, it's going to be 1 ball after over number 35. New rulings in ODIs. Oh, that's a big hit. Is it a big hit? That's beautifully held. Pretorius there with a wonderful catch. He's signaling out. Rizwan is gone, and so twisting the tail. Is it going to be a little bit better? It was a remarkable piece of fielding. He must have been blinded for a little while and then had to adjust. Took a great low catch to dismiss dangerous Rizwan.
Yeah, it's a moment in the game that can swing the momentum, and Proteus will be elated. A very good innings by Mohammad Rizwan. He goes for 55. Pakistan 196 for 4.
Hussain Talab is a new batsman, eh? A better fit in ODI cricket, Hussain Talab, because his numbers are impressive. 5 international matches, Just a 41 not out, but in domestic ODI cricket he averages in the 40s. Over 41 with a strike rate of over 90. And his job will be to tap the ball around and not look for any heroics at this stage. It's about getting another partnership rolling for Pakistan.
Yeah, both mid on and mid off up in the circle. And he felt he wanted to go the aerial route a little bit straighter. But gets a thick inside edge and lifts it beautifully to the deep square leg. And a real comfortable catch by Pretorius. Frustration. He was the set batter in that partnership. Going wild under pressure.
He's off the mark. Will have to now control the flow of innings right till the end. Salman Ali Agha. Guide Hussain into the end. Been given as a wide. I'd call that. Maybe it was the height. How high was this? Pretty high.
Is this the window of opportunity now for South Africa? We spoke about just bringing that run rate closer to that 6 mark and getting it up with the left-hander in play as well now. Do we see Don Ferreira come back to the mix? Quick single. Comfortably home. Brings up the 200 in the 59th over.
It's definitely become breezy. First 50, 59 balls, then 40, then 75, then 60. Coaches haven't allowed this game to run away from them early. It is breezy out there. Could be the reason why we haven't seen a lot of dew. Nice one through the offside. That fielder at long off is square. They come back for the second. Excellent piece of running. Salman Ali Agha is quick enough. He initiated the second call for 2, and he's made his ground quite well, quite nicely.
Yeah, the tight game is always some part of the game that really has to work well. Targeting the off stump, hitting the pads. The odd one has spun to get the one that goes on with the arm to possibly hit the stumps as well.
Takes a little bit of time adjusting to the pitch conditions. The ball not coming onto the bat, so got to be careful square driving or cutting the ball. Oh, beautiful ball. lowered the shoulder and still got that desired impact. Good spin off the straight. Beautifully done through the offside. That's a cracking cover drive. Everything's so right about it. Picked the speedy ball, ball at a faster pace in the slot and driven gracefully.
Previous delivery, 103 kilometers per hour. It's the on ball, but it's the width on offer that Hussain Talat pounces on. And just a clean flow through the line of the ball. Gets the boundary.
Oh, chance. Stumping chance is down. Quinton de Kock feeling that it was very close of being bowled to a 6 for 4.
And we saw the seam up delivery in the previous one. Going back to the conventional and getting the purchase. Oh, opportunity missed by Quinton de Kock. Even trying to get back to his crease, couldn't get that back foot back. Disappointment.
The last power play. Power play 3 overs, 41 to 50. Maximum of 5 fielders are allowed outside 30-yard circle. Just a wee bit late on that one, and Bosch has got this ability to hurry you, to rush you. Ideally, should have finished the job. Mohammad Rizwan is batting so well. That's a beauty. Ball kicking off the surface and shaping it away from Hussain Talat. Hanging his bat at that one. So exactly 6 and over now.
Slight hint away from the left-hander. Coming around the wicket, the natural angle that you're looking for as a left-hander is coming into you, trying to hit the stumps. But at times you can just wave your bat outside the off stump, not fully committed to it. So the dismissal of George Linder, very similar.
If you got pace like Bosch, you can extract something extraordinary out of the surface, especially at this stage of the game. At speed, who knows whether one will keep low, one will jump off the surface. I think slip is definitely in play, especially against Hussain Talat. That's good running. The fielders in to stop an easy rotation of strike. Ngidi there just a little bit lazy on the take. Guides it well, plays it down for a run. After 41, 210 for 4. Proteas making a fist of things. Pakistan now need exactly 6 per over. Maintaining their presence, South Africa. Making use of the conditions. Susan Talade urging his partner to be aware of the gap on the offside. Yeah, perfect. There's that gap.
Yeah, it was a change of field. He had the slip in place in the previous over, did Don Ferreira. So exquisite cover drive for 4 in the previous one, and just the change of field, getting into the extra cover position. Creates that space along the point region. Soft hand, so critical when you're facing spin, the ability to rotate strike.
Yeah, that's the obvious angle, and worked extremely well by Salman Aliaga. Around the stumps, is quick through the air. He's not going to get a gigantic spin from that angle back into the stumps. He was absolutely ready for this angle.
Don Ferreira known for his flatter trajectory. Yes, he's been extracting a little bit of purchase. You always have a little bit of pace to work with, and he gives the width outside the off stump. Welcome, Batsaman.
Sensible batting by Salman Aliaga, into the 40s now. He had his tough moments, Salman Aliaga, early on in the innings, but weathered the storm. It's more a mental game to survive. Ngidi does well. A little bit more flight could be interesting. But Ferreira once again goes straight, goes flat. Engage him into playing a lofted shot over mid-wicket or long on. Because this strategy hasn't exactly worked. They're quite happy milking him for 1s and 2s. A quick single, and Giri once again. After 42, 217 for 4. Put up a good fight, Proteas. Didn't have enough runs on the board. I think they were clearly about 20 runs short. At one stage, they were eyeing a 270 plus score. Then things fell apart in the middle phase of the innings, and Pakistan made a strong statement in the death overs to limit them to 263. Giri coming on to board. on the pads and a single. What will be his brief, JP, in Giri at this stage? Change of pace, ball a straighter line to take this average back to run a ball?
Yeah, there's not much more that probably he could offer. If anything, maybe an adjustment in the field, maybe a catching position in the cover or mid-wicket region that brings that slow ball into play. It's quite deceptive, gets nice dip on it, and in a surface such as this one, where at times it can sit in the surface, it might bring those guys into play.
Slow ball punished. As well fielded at mid-off. Really is a grand effort. You've got to call it that. That ball was running away from Bosch. In the end, a big dive, a bit of chin to go with the hands. Oops.
Yeah, there's certainly two schools of thought here for Matthew Gretzky and Lungi Ngidi. Do you bring an extra man in the ring, try and create some pressure, play a forced shot, or do you take it deeper? The 1-2 sweeper. Are you happy to try and take it into that last 2-3 overs and try and put the pressure on there? Do you take the risk now and try and squeeze, try and get another wicket, possibly two, squeeze that way?
He's tried his hand at slackening the pace, but the ball is skidded off the surface. A couple of deliveries in this over, ball around 110, 111 speed. It's just exactly not gripped for him to cause any concern to the batsman. You got to get an extra man in, just to let them know that we are here to get a wicket. Let them think about a new strategy. Right now, I think it's business as usual as far as this pair is concerned. Just work the ball into the gaps, pick those singles, not worry about the big shots. And if we play the 50 overs, we'll win this. Very fidgety with his gloves, Salman Aliaga. Came back, still was able to pick up a single. But with soft hands, and so it's 2-2-3 for 4 after 43.
Only one needed. 6 wickets in hand for Pakistan. They cruise it home from here. Alongside me, Amir Sale. certainly feel the team to make a play will be South Africa. Perhaps bring an extra field up in the ring and force the hand of Pakistan.
Their chances are bright for Pakistan to win this game. Opening game of this. That's in the air. Clears everything. He tried similar kind of a stroke with the previous delivery, but the length was fuller. That's why he wasn't able to hit the ball area. But slightly back of the lane, helped Salman Ali Agha to execute that stroke.
Yeah, and what a way to go to his half century this evening. Calculated risk, understanding the ball turning into him, but the placement to perfection. Straight down the ground, what better place to hit it? This half century comes up in 56 deliveries.
There has been a painstaking innings for Salman Ali Agha. Had to survive for a little while, and now he has gained enough confidence to go after the bowlers and to finish the game in a jiffy for Pakistan.
Yeah, you look back at both sides, and the real difference has been Salman Ali Agha to go with Mohammad Rizwan. And like to say, you can't buy that kind of experience in any supermarket. Wonderful innings, wonderful partnership. Came at a crucial time for Pakistan as well.
And especially with the fact that Pakistan lost wickets in a cluster. And things were looking ominous, but that partnership you're alluding to made the difference. Huge difference.
Yeah, so much learning to take from that partnership. No stage where they look bothered or flustered. It's gone about doing their business. Excellent partnership, and they're in the commanding position. 3-2 for 4. Yeah, fantastic contributions. Fakhar Zaman, same. Ayub got him off to a wonderful start. 87, that first partnership healed it. And South Africa will be looking back at it last 10 overs, where Abrar Ahmed played a massive hand for Pakistan. And that's the beauty of having a mystery spinner towards the back, especially when tail-enders are in. Cleaned up the South African tail, kept them to 262, where South Africa at one stage would have felt they could get to 280 and beyond. And this is what this game is about. Always looking to take wickets. Never let a game beyond on too far.
And when you talk about South African effort with the ball, the spinners, they have done a very good job. They did manage to exploit the conditions, but they needed some help from the faster bowlers. It didn't come. That's why they are lagging behind in this game. The usage of the new ball wasn't appropriate. Pakistani openers batted with all the confidence in the world, brought a lot of pressure on South African spinners. You know, they had to make the play. They tried desperately hard. Were not able to make a huge difference.
Yeah, I think you look at their tactics utilised from a seam bowler perspective, and I just don't think they were on song this evening. Yes, the new ball was swinging a little bit. Limkin Giri just went astray a little bit in line from time to time. For me, again, those modes of LBW bowled are paramount importance. We spoke about it all through the series so far. And this guy operating here, Bjorn Fortuin, he's been fantastic.
Yeah, mainly he relied on the arm delivery, wasn't able to turn the ball viciously. And that's why those figures are not justifying his effort.
Yeah, I think we also look at the release points of Fortuin compared to George Linder. Because Fortuin is so much wider, he creates an angle of the ball coming back into the right-hander and attacking the stumps all the time. Whereas George Linder from much higher is a lot straighter and very often creates the width that the batters are after. Well, 29 needed, 5 overs. Pakistan 2, 3, 5 for 4.
Yeah, the equation is not asking a lot from the Pakistani batters. 29 runs from 50 deliveries in this day and age shouldn't be a problem. But plenty of wickets remain.
Yeah, you look at that equation, you'll take that any given day. No matter the format, no matter the conditions. Because 29 needed with 6 wickets in the bank, you should easily get over the line. But I've seen this all too often. You lose the in batter right now, and there will be butterflies. What's a return into the attack for Lungisali and Gidi. Oh, waffling outside it off stump. It's perhaps that in-between length that they're not used to. See Salman Ali Aga, he knows the importance of his wicket at this juncture of the game. Perhaps saying to himself, he needs to be the man there towards the end of this innings. We also know what it brings. It brings a bit of jitters, a bit of butterflies. It's an appeal for LBW. We'll have to see what the umpire is going to signal here, whether it's leg byes or runs. Bear in mind, South Africa has no review left. He's given it as runs.
Yeah, attempted a Yorker, turned out to be a full toss, but still bothersome for Salman Ali Agha.
Yeah, don't leave that reviews up to us bowlers, Amir Bhai.
Yeah, you have to think twice. But a fast bowler or bowler is urging you to take the review.
Oh, he's gone airborne, but I think he's picked the gap on the leg side. A couple of bounces, and this will ease the pressure of this run chase.
Yeah, batting is all about maneuvering the length and using the angle. How conveniently angle was used by the left-hander. Roll of the wrist and a very good result.
Yeah, this partnership just backing up the last one. 44 coming at runner ball. That is all that's required at the moment. Nothing extravagant, no need to take a massive element of risk at this juncture. Just get the job done. Oh well, you'll have to re-ball that.
Yeah, like it was aforementioned, the faster bowler in the South African lineup were not able to create impression here. Lungi has been able to create an impression with that slow delivery. Went through the drive, not realizing the pace has been taken off and he's been hauled out.
Yeah, many would argue maybe a little too late. But nonetheless, Hussain goes for 22, Pakistan 241 for 5.
Last two deliveries spun prodigiously for the left armour.
Yeah, just that fielder, get an extra fielder up. Let him have a go. He wants to be the hero, let him take that element of risk. But you afford yourself an opportunity. This man in picture, Salman Ali Aga Khan, I think he holds the key for Pakistan here. Can he hold his nerve? That's the big question everybody is asking at this juncture.
They wanted to surprise the batsman by increasing the pace on that occasion. George Linda turned out to be an easy full toss for the batter.
A little question for you. Do you look to get it done now, or do you try and take it as deep as you possibly can?
I don't mind taking this to the last over as long as Pakistan is getting over the line. Oh, he's gone. He is gone. Once again, intemperate style of batting was Hasan Nawaz's downfall. He doesn't believe in swabbing out. Somehow is impelled to play his strokes once again, deceived by the flight and also a long return for the spinner.
Yeah, fantastic piece of bowling by George Linda. Game of cat and mouse continues. 244 for 6. From the one Nawaz to the second, Mohammad Nawaz to the crease for Pakistan. 40 matches into his ODI career, best of 53. Comes in with his team needing a further 20 of 19 deliveries. How's he going to tackle this situation, Amir?
Just do the job. Oh, is that close? Oh, he's getting the ball to turn viciously now. Successful over from George Linda. It's 244 for 6.
Yeah, he's almost preempted the shot. He's made up his mind even before the bowler is bowled. Fantastic piece of bowling by George Linda. Saw him come down, just dropped it a touch shorter. Yeah, he won't be too impressed with that attempt of that shot.
Yes, somebody has to make him recognize that his belief is false, that he can hit everything out of the park. Batsmanship is not all about tonking the ball. It's about hitting the ball into the gaps as well. He has to learn quickly because the selectors have shown a lot of faith in Hasan Nawaz, but he hasn't come good. So the selectors might lose the patience.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and come back for a second. The call is no. 18 needed of 17. Lungasani Ngidi. I've got a feeling he's got a couple of those slower ones in his armory this over. Is he going to use it early on against Salman Ali Aga? That's a question we'll find out in the next couple of balls.
What's he thinking, Salman Ali Aga?
Oh, it's a slow ball. You just get a sense that someone was trying to line him up for exactly that delivery. Well, there's for South Africa. You won't mind him taking that element of risk. Not at this stage of the game anyway.
Yeah, this pitch is offering more grip now. Everybody thought batting second, he was going to be the major factor.
Yeah, he bowls that, he disguised that ball so well. You can see Mohammad Nawaz trying to line him up, but irrespective of whether you pick it or not, you still have to hit it off the surface. Like you've alluded to, the surface is played a lot better than we all anticipated. On the initial stage this afternoon, we thought it might turn a lot, it might grip a lot. It's actually held up quite nicely. It's another slow ball, single into the leg side. I can just sense there's a bit of tension building. Salman, he tried to look composed, but that previous shot he played sent me a signal that he's going to try and get this job done as quickly as he possibly can. Big question I've got for you, is it worth the risk at this chase?
Well, if it's in the slot, go for it. Do not try to manufacture something. The equation is simple. In this day and age, 16 from 14 deliveries. Piece of cake.
Oh, that is some shot. So Vaz now on the track and he's going to pick up the boundary. Smeared it over the offside and also bring up the 250 for Pakistan.
Yeah, he's been relying on slow deliveries throughout this over. Just because Salman Ali Aga stepped out of the crease, changed the pace, offered a lot of place for Salman to work with, and a timely boundary for Pakistan. Pressure relieved.
Oh, he's gone with the slow ball. He's hit us high up in the night sky. Catch! The cries of catch! Yes, he's got it! And it's Donovan Pereira who takes the catch. Well, 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 ladies and gentlemen.
What a catch. What a catch that was. He had to cover a lot of territory, get eyes peeled on the ball. And took it with ease in the end. Makes you wonder why he offered some pace to Salman Ali Aga if the slow ones were working.
Yeah, it's certainly the ball that proved to be effective this evening, but that is some catch from Donovan Pereira. He had to cover a lot of yards. Yes, and that's what it means. A bit of hope, a bit of belief for South Africa. Salman Ali Aga makes way for 62, Pakistan 252 for 7. captain to the crease. And as much as everybody is shouting, get the job done, he will know the importance of picking up a couple of crucial runs alongside Mohamed Nawaz, who will be the entrusted bet. I get a feeling that he will have to see his team across the line this evening. And how is this for the phone of the dice by the South African captain? Bring on the off spinner in Donovan Ferreira.
Intelligent move. Because Linda is not a comfortable bowler, bowling to the left-handers. Gone with the off spinner. Played into the gap. Running hard for the second. Not available. Who knew this contest is going to turn out to be a humdinger of a contest? It's going to the wire.
He's got an excellent slow ball, that's Lungi Ngidi. Again, you ask yourself the question, the previous ball with pace on, was that necessary? Because that just released the pressure somehow. But nonetheless, he picked up the all-important wicket. It was the in-batter that they got rid of. I like to say smart captaincy from Brietzke. Well, now I get a feeling they might have to bring up an extra field into the ring. We've got 3 on the offside and the mid-wicket. They know Afridi, there's no muck with a bat, but he's probably going to look to go downtown. That's a dot. Pressure.
Yeah, his preferred area is mid-wicket. And between mid-wicket and long gone. He'll be looking for a bit of room outside the off stump. But he's just starting the ball in.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, how long do you reckon he's going to last the temptation? Shaheen Shah Afridi. But I think that dot ball might have just crept into the mind of Mohamed Nawaz. You might get the sense that he's going to try and finish it in this over, or at least look to.
Yeah, that's what you do as a batting side when you're chasing a total. You want to finish the game in the penultimate over. A good strike.
Oh, another dot ball on me, another dot ball. Pressure mounting.
Yeah, every dot delivery is going to tip scales here. The tension is mounting up. Some tense faces in both the dressing rooms.
Oh, an excellent piece of bowling here by Donovan Ferreira. Pakistan will be asking themselves, how did we get ourselves into this position? From a commanding position where nobody could touch them. But they're now up against the 10 of 7 required.
That's his ability. Yes. He played few dot deliveries. He was waiting for the ball to come to his zone and he was ready for it. Bounced on it, made the equation very easy for Pakistan. It's 260 for 7.
Yeah, just the pace on from Donovan Ferreira. Pace on over Pete in the slot. And Mohamed Nawaz said, thank you very much. I'll ease the pain of this run chase. And that's what it means to the folks out here in Faisalabad. But we are not done yet. Who does he turn to? The final over of this match that has provided us with so much entertainment. And guess what? He's gone to Kurban Bosch. He's been having a fantastic series so far in Pakistan. Can he close it out for his captain? He's going to go around the wicket to the left-handed Shaheen Shah Afridi. We have seen him just grip a couple away from the left hand a little earlier. He will have to start spot on, pretty much spot on from the get-go.
has to be a miraculous over from Corbett Bosch to be able to win the game for South Africa. Driven nicely. Only 2 needed now.
Yeah, you get a feeling that that should seal it for Pakistan. Many would argue Lundisani Ngidi with that slow ball option of his might have been a wonderful option right now. His hands are better, he won't pace on.
Especially to the left-handers. Slow deliveries, moving away from the left-handers. Not easy to deal with.
Metallic and matte. Oh, honey. Metallic and matte? I don't want. That shade is a red flag. Babe, we're not clowns. Just no.
Cut the noise, own your style with 5 million plus authentic beauty products on Flipkart.
Our captain in the background taking his shoes off. Perhaps feel that he can just relax a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be highest successful chase in Faisalabad in ODIs. And what a start for Shaheen Shah Afridi as a captain. Was able to make his mark. Handled the pressure quite well, both with the ball and bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't leave your seats as yet. Because that is the wicket of Mohammad Nawaz. A little head shake from Bjorn Fortuin. And what a moment to lose your wicket.
Yeah, turn at the face of the bat a bit too early. An easy catch for Fortuin. And the result has been delayed because of that wicket.
Nawaz goes for 9, Pakistan 263 for 8. Nasim Shah with 1 run to get for his country. Oh, that is straight, but not straight enough, says the umpire. And with South Africa has got no reviews left, means Pakistan crossed the line of victory. They draw first blood in this 3-match ODI series, and they go victorious by 2 wickets here in Faisalabad.
For some, it might not be convincing, but win is a win. And that's a very good start for Shaheen Shah Afridi as a captain. Made the right calls. And congratulations to Pakistan by opening up this 3 ODI series with a win.
Yeah, it's a match that's provided us with so much entertainment this evening. At no stage will one team dominating procedures, but it is the captaincy of Shaheen Shah Afridi that prevails victorious in this first match of the 3-match ODI series. Both teams have given it their all. South Africa feel that the young team, and you feel that there will be a lot of lessons learned from this first outing. The crowd out here in Faisalabad, they packed up the stadium, and they were thoroughly entertained by the home team.
Yeah, closely contested game. The scales kept on tipping. But in the end, Pakistan got over the line in the last over. And And that partnership made a huge difference for Pakistan. A partnership between Mohammad Rizwan and Salman Ali Agha.
Yeah, that certainly proves to be the difference between the two teams. It was the experience in that middle order for Pakistan. And that's what it means to the crowd out here at Faisalabad. Joyous, they've got reason to celebrate. It's the first time in over 17 years they got to see the national team playing right in front of their home. Absolutely beautiful scenes out here at Faisalabad.
Yeah, one has to appreciate Pakistan Cricket Board for thinking about Faisalabad, that the international cricket should return here because people are enthusiastic. And that's how the innings of Pakistan panned out. Good opening partnership, set the tone, few stutters, but that partnership we were alluding to between Rizwan and Salman made a huge difference.
Yeah, you talk about partnerships. The opening partnership really set up the game for Pakistan. They was at 87 runs, but then they needed that partnership in the middle, 91 between Salman Ali Agha Khan and Mohammad Rizwan, ready to break the backbone of the South African bowling lineup.
Yeah, to turn the game in South Africa's favour, the usage of the new ball was of highest importance, but it wasn't effective. Created a lot of pressure on the spinners, who did bowl well, but not good enough to win the game for South Africa.
Well, it was South Africa who has been inserted once again in this series. 263, that's what they managed to get. The Cox 63, Pretorius 57. They were the standout batters for South Africa, but it was all about that bowling lineup of Pakistan. They picked up wickets at crucial stages. 3 for 40 for Nasim. Abrar, he closed it out fantastically towards the back end. And in pursuit, Pakistan 264 for 8 to clinch victory by 2 wickets. Well, we'll take a short breather, and when we come back, we'll head down to the post-match presentation.
R1. Ah, okay. Happy.